Oh boy, folks. How's it going? It's your boy Roar. No, let's start all over again. Sorry, I just redid my online presence a little bit ago. How's it going, everybody? This is your boy Roar. We are here to check out Crypt, who is an incredible rapper. He is phenomenal in this whole space. If you don't know about him, he literally started a lot of the rap ciphers that go on YouTube. He really is a pioneer for YouTuber music, quote unquote, to not be a negative stigma. And he's a phenomenal artist to boot. And him and Knox Hill were one of the two main people that inspired me to use my own experience as a vocalist and rapper in my own way, to use that experience to react to music with my viewpoint. So, really owe him a lot. And he's put out phenomenal music. And he just put out this song called My Soul. Let's just jump into it. See what we got going on. Ooh. Uh-oh. Dude, that beard is immaculate, my man.
I'm back on my business, I'm back on my grind. I won't let it slip, I won't let it slide. I'm back on a mission to try to keep fixing and omitting all of these demons inside. I'm back on the love, I'm back on the trust. I'm rising above, I'm not giving up. I'm pulling myself up and out of this rut, cause I'm back with a vengeance and packing the punch.
Okay, so we went through some stuff, and now we're back at it, rising above it, and we're handling our stuff. Incredible.
I know the way I'm living ain't been right for my soul. So please, Lord, won't you help me? The flames are closer than ever, feels like I'm melting. I got some
Ooh, great singing right there. But could you help me? The flames are closer than ever. I feel I'm melting. Like, dude, that's incredible, because I think that really implies that all the stuff that you have to handle in your life that is there to try and frustrate you and bring you down, it's never going away. It's just a question of how much you can distance yourself from it before it creeps up again. Incredible.
Problems I gotta talk to before I let loose. This music is therapy, so bear with me. This chair is my booth. I'm barely hanging on to life. Options are scarce and so few. I view me as toxic to myself. That's why I'm scared to recluse. And lately my music been nothing but fluff with no substance. I know it. It's tough to let go of these woes, and I struggle to show it. It's been so many years with that venom spitting into the globe, and I know I infected heads with that mess, so I've chosen to hold it inside of my brain.
Okay. So first of all, he was saying that he thinks a lot of his music was fluff. I don't see that at all. I think he was very particular with putting out any music that wasn't matching exactly what he wanted. But again, from one artist to another, I know how it can sound, where you might feel like something's good in your mind, but it's, it might be perceived differently, or other people might see your music in a certain way, but you just don't. So that's on him for sure. But then he was also saying, I feel like I had all this venom that I infected other minds with. Now I'm going to go out on a limb and say I don't think this is just maybe his personal feelings, where off mic, off camera, some of his anger might have affected people in his life, so he's trying to turn it around. I feel like this might also have to do with how he feels. He's spoken about this before on one of his podcast episodes, that he feels responsible for some of the intensity in which he pursued the interest that he had with rap. He was a big discusser of the whole mumble rap movement that went on in rap a little bit ago, and how he doesn't feel like it has much substance. And, you're going to get people who just want to accept everything in music as viable, even though rap started off with being lyric-centric. Regardless of how there's other categories out there, when you get an artist who has a style very different than what the structure was built upon, and they want to argue that they're just as good a rapper as these lyrical rappers who built the foundation, there's a lot of people like Crypt who raised an eyebrow at that, raised some concerns about that. But I wonder if maybe he's sitting back like, well, I might have started a war on it, which I didn't really intend on, but that's just me speculating. Let's get into it.
Spitting it to the globe, and I know I infected heads with that mess, so I've chosen to hold it inside of my brain, where that pain is at least tamed and controlled, where I own it and don't have to condone all those souls that I've broken. The anguish I loathe and keeps those safe from the strain of implosion. Refraining from saying those things is what's sane for the hopeless.
So he considers that at least if I can hold these things inside, it can be controlled, or mostly controlled, he said, which it really isn't. It just kind of erodes yourself. but we don't see that tear us down as much as we might see when we infect other people with our viewpoints, and then we see it, kind of, be toxic a lot faster. But it's still a point that he is very within his right to have. So that's what makes this interesting.
I know the way I'm living ain't been right for my soul. So please, Lord, won't you help me? The flames are closer and never feels like I'm melting. I know the way I'm living ain't been right for my soul. So please, Lord, won't you help me? The flames are closer and never feels like I'm melting. Someone broke my mama's heart and I'm fantasizing about vengeance. Ain't seen my family in months because of revenge from my missus. And it's hard to turn the other cheek when it seems which every way we turn, they just wanna keep on hitting me. I really need to seek some forgiveness. I wish that I didn't hold a bit of this hatred inside.
Okay, so first of all, I love how this guy, he does lots of multisyllabic rhymes. If you've heard his stuff, you understand that. But he's throwing in syllabic emphasis at completely unrelated points. Like, just check how he's, you can kind of get what the beat is, and then you can hear his voice, and then like he throws in those emphasis, which is cool because, at least for me, stylistically, when you do that, it kind of keeps people on their toes. It makes you remember that word because it makes it stand out, obviously. So really interesting stuff.
The revenge from my missus, and it's hard to turn the other cheek when it seems which every way we turn, they just wanna keep on hitting me. I really need to seek some forgiveness. I wish that I didn't hold a bit of this hatred inside. So please, God, give them a change of heart, but keep changing mine. Help me to see the beauty in these things you bring, cause I'm blind. Help me to live the life you live because my soul's on the line. Man, I'm done with
Okay, we're gonna get into some fast rap here, I could hear, but he was talking about either give them, talking about someone who did some bad to his family, hurt his mom, I guess. They're saying, I want to have this vengeance. I want to take it out on them. I want to handle it in that way. But Lord, give them a change of heart or keep changing mine. That is a level of responsibility most people don't even talk about. Most people, especially in the church, well, also out in the world in general, a lot of people act so entitled to people acting a certain way around them or doing a certain thing in a certain way, when really it could be, hey, maybe my heart just has to change and let this thing go. It doesn't excuse the behavior, but maybe it's not in the cards for that person right now to have a change of heart. Maybe it's about you having a change of heart. And maybe by you having a change of heart and looking at that person differently, you might be able to address them in a way that can change them. But that has to come with you understanding that it's not always about other things changing around you. Maybe it's the you that has to change. But that's a lot. That's a lot to take in, and a lot of people don't know how to do that. So
in these things you bring, cause I'm blind. Help me to live the life you live because my soul's on the line. Man, I'm done with the cussing, I'm done with the lust, I'm done with the wishing that I never was. I'm done with the visions of doing this different cause I'm still in it and I can do what I want. I'm back on the love, I'm back on the trust, I'm rising above, I'm not giving up. My God is pulling me up out of this right now, back with the vengeance and packing a punch like.
Okay, I love that. I'm back with a punch. I've risen above what's going on. I've been pulled out of it. God helped me out of these tough situations, and now I'm back because I still have time. So I'm going to do what I can to, do what I want to do. But then he was saying all these things he's done with. He's done with, negativity. He's done with lust. He's done with all these things. He wants to pursue love. He wants to pursue these good things and rise out of that negativity. And yeah, I mean, I know there's some artists out there that act like the only real good music you can make is when you're in a bad place. I don't think so. I don't think it has to necessitate you continually going back into the pit in order to be able to write something of value. You know what I mean? I think there's plenty of ways we can at least perceive it from afar and go, yeah, I used to be in a spot like that. And maybe there's still times in my head where I might want to go back to that. I'm going to talk about that instead of being down in the midst of it and then be like, okay, well, I'll just pick up the mic and talk about how I'm feeling now that I'm back in it. You know what I mean?
I know the way I'm living ain't been right for my soul. So please, Lord, won't you help me? The flames are closer and never feels like I'm melting. I know the way I'm living ain't been right for my soul. So please, Lord, won't you help me? The flames are closer and never feels like I'm melting.
Oh, okay, new release available. Okay, okay. Got it. Was this from one of his other albums? Because I thought this at least was similar to. It was Tales from the Crypt, and then there was the other one. Oh my gosh, his latest release. I forgot what that was called. I thought he had album art like this for one of his projects. NF is dropping new music. Oh my gosh. Anyway, that was Crypt with his new song My Soul. Really, really good stuff. I'm glad that he's in a better spot right now. I'm glad that he's married. He has a great little story about the marriage that he went through, and all that stuff. You should give it a listen if you want. Link to this is going to be in the description, of course. Support this. Go check out this guy's music if you enjoyed. That's all I got to say about that. I'm also just going to say this. I don't know if Crypt looks for reactions much, but your song, Not Okay, or Not All Right, I forgot exactly how it went. I will never forget. I was crying because it was really impactful. And you said something to the effect of, this was on my old channel, so that's long gone. You said something to the effect of like, I didn't know that my music could have this powerful of an effect on people. Literally, that was the video that changed my whole career. And on this channel still, I'm doing the same thing. I am just being myself with how music hits me. And I stopped being nervous about that because you said that. The fact that that meant something to you and, showed you how much I valued your music, that made me want to cry all the more. Now I don't hold back any of it. Thank you. That's all I got to say about that, though. Thank you guys for watching. This has been your boy. I'll see you next time. Peace.